maybe, just maybe, I've got Swindon Town absolutely wrong as they head into match number 2, top of the pops. But who will join them next time around? We'll take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks, back once again with a prediction video. Today we're looking forward to match number 2 over in League 2, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been, boys? Smash your subscribe and get your bang out today with all things League 2 related, Pap and Rose related, world football related. We're going to know here. Under one Rooski, fantastic start for Swindon Town, fantastic start for, of course, Hartlepool United as they returned to, of course, professional football over in England with a win. And we'll take a look at all of that in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons, boys and girls. Thank you for beginning for supporting the channel in another way. And if you are interested in helping me out, helping the channel out, check out those links down below, patreon.com/overseas. Also, check out the links in the description, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, also on the old Discord, wide open. So here we go. Let's get cracking, then have a look at, of course, how we all got on last round in League 2, match number 1. Let's kick it all off with me. Of course, recap the picks then, shall we? Carlisle against Colchester was a 0-0 draw, 2-0 for me. I think I did okay this time around in this division only. The rest of the picks were shite. Exeter City against Bradford was a 0-0 draw there, went with a 1-1 draw myself. Stevenage, 1-0 win, picked it up. Bag on the nose, that's right, over Barrow, 1-0 win to get themselves fantastic at the start. The Vegans against Sutton United, also won, 2-1 win. I went with a 2-0 win, not too shabby. Harrogate against Rochdale, also won, 3-2 in the end, 2-1 for me, not too shabby. Hartlepool against Crawley, I went with a 0-0 draw, it was a 1-0 win in the end. Mansfield did beat Bristol Rovers 2-1, and I called it, absolutely called it as well. Northampton Town against Port Vale was a 1-0 win for Port Vale. I actually went the other way. It's actually a 1-0 win for Northampton. I went with Port Vale. Meanwhile, Oldham Athletic against Newport County was a 1-0 win for Newport County. Kevin Anderson on the score sheet on that one. Oldham, I went with a 2-1 win for them on that one. Salford against Leyton Orient, I went with a 2-2 draw. It was a 1-1 draw in the end. Scunthorpe United against Swindon, though, 3-1 win for Swindon. Smashed, dashed up to the top of the pops. Then, of course, Tranmere did beat Walsall, just the 1-0, 3-0 for me. Not too shabby. Got myself 8, I think, out of that one. As are you guys, you did this as well. Look at that. Take a little look. Alex Weller, Luke NTFC, kicking off and taking names with 8 as well. Game Charlie not too far away. Tom Stainer, Russell Frost, Janet Buster, Freddie, Sloppy, Sappy Crooks also did very well with 6 as well. Again, remember your names, boys. Remember your bloody names. I've already looked at the Scottish one, even though it's got another week to go on that one, but a couple of people have already got their names. They've screwed it up. They've either added an extra space, and they do it subconsciously. They don't know they're doing it. It's maybe a mistake, and they can't see the space. It's there. I can see it myself. I'll show you when we come back around for Scotland. But anyway, make sure you, like, I'm looking at Luke, I'm looking at F Mog, I'm looking at MCO back. Make sure it's exactly as the same. Russell Frost, you know, and you might not see it, but it has to be exactly the same. And I might be able to fix the first couple, stuff like that, but it could get nasty. It could very get nasty. Anyway, let's kick it off forward then. This is, of course, the situation at the top of the table. Swindon Town running away with it at the moment with Harrogate Town, Forest Green, the Mansfield Town, Newport County, Hartlepool, Northampton, Stevenage and Tranmere kicked themselves off with a win. At the moment, Scunthorpe and Walsall are going down into the conference. That's how it is. Let's end it right now. You're going down. But anyway, let's get cracking with, of course, match number 2 over in League 2. And of course, if you want to get involved, free to enter. Still wide open. Of course, if you missed number 1, of course, you're playing a little bit of catch up. But don't worry, still plenty of time. We've got 40 odd games here, so you got plenty of time to catch up. So, of course, Cutley/League 2, number 2, and then you'll be in the mix. So let's get cracking then, shall we? Of course, kicking it all off with Barrow against Hartlepool, taking place this coming Saturday. Mark Cooper, your manager for Barrow. Of course, David Chagnon, of course, your manager for Hartlepool. Played 6 times in 2017, 3 wins for Hartlepool, 1 for Barrow, and 2 draws. The biggest win for either 2 sides was a 1-0 win. And last time I played them was, of course, at Barrow's a 1-0 win for Hartlepool in the National League back in September 2019. Of course, Barrow kicked off with a 1-0 loss to Stevenage. They bounced back with a 1-0 win against Scunthorpe in the Cup. As for Crawley, 1-0 win for for Hartlepool, 1-0 win for Crawley, but they did lose to Crewe in the Cup and of course crashed out in the first attempt. Look at the bookies odds. 30-8 is your Barrow, 12-5 is your draw, and 31-20 is your Hartlepool on this one. So you would think probably Barrow nicking the odds on this one, and that's where I've gone anyway, with a 1-0 win to take it to the house. Kicking on forward, then we have Bradford City, of course, up against Oldham. Not the start I was hoping for Bradford, but of course they came into this, played Oldham 20 times since 1996. 6 wins for Bradford, 17 wins for Oldham, 5 draws. The biggest win for either two sides themselves with a 3-0 win. Heading into this, Oldham scored 45 goals over Bradford in those 28 matches. Meanwhile, Bradford only scored 28 goals in return. For last time played at Vale was a 0-0 draw back in March 2021. Last time that Bradford picked up a win against Oldham was a 3-0 win in 2019. Of course, Bradford come into this on the back of a 0-0 draw against Exeter in the Carabao Cup action maybe tonight. As for Oldham, of course, started off with back-to-back. Actually, they lost in the league, but they bounced back with a 4-3 win on penalties over Tranmere in the Carabao Cup. Look at the bookies odds. We have 4-3 on for Bradford, 11-4 is your draw. 10-3 is your Oldham on this. Going to go with the 2-0 for Bradford to finally get their first win of the campaign and move in the right direction. Next, of course, Bristol Rovers take it on, of course, Stevenage Town. Of course, not too bad start for Stevenage. Bristol Rovers with, of course, Joey Fisticuffs Barton in the dugout. Played three times in 2015, 2 was for Stevenage, nothing for Bristol Rovers, 1 draw. Of course, that one the biggest win for Stevenage over Bristol Rovers was a 1-0 win. Of course, that 1-0 win was last time they played each other in the EFL Trophy in 2020. Of course, third round, Stevenage came through with a 1-0 win. Last time, of course, heading into this, Bristol Rovers back-to-back defeats for them, losing to Mansfield in the league, losing to Cheltenham in the Cup as well. As for Stevenage, back-to-back wins, yet to concede a goal, beat Barrow in the league, beat Luton Town on penalties, and they didn't even concede a penalty. They won 3-0. That's how good they were. Look at the bookies odds on this one, Stevenage. Bristol Rovers are 65 for the victory, 23-10 is your, 23-10 is your away win for Stevenage. I'm going with fisticuffs on this one. I just think, realistically, my gut, my heart, my stomach, the pit of my stomach says Stevenage will win this one. But on paper, Bristol Rovers should come out on top on this. Colchester United taking, of course, Northampton Town. That's right. Also, this coming Saturday. Played each other 10 times in 2003. 7 wins for Colchester, 3 for Northampton. No draws. Of course, the biggest win for Colchester over Northampton was a 4-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 2-1 win. Last time they played each other in Colchester was a 1-0 win for Colchester back in August 2019. Last time, of course, heading into this Colchester with a 0-0 draw. Opening day against Carlisle. They did lose to Birmingham 1-0 in the Carabao Cup. Yet to get a goal out of the first 2 games. As for Northampton, they start with a 1-0 win for Port Vale, yet to get going in the Carabao Cup. That'll be in action tonight. Let's take a look at the odds on this one then. What do we have on this? We have Colchester 64 for the victory, 23-10 is your draw, 7-4 is your away with Northampton. Tight odds. Colchester are going to nick it on the bookies, but for me, 1-1 draw in the end. Crawley against Harrogate Town has been postponed. That's right. COVID issues. I think it's Crawley that got the main issue with that side of things. But I did put a pick in. I've gone with a 0-0 draw, but again, it will not take place. So maybe we can stick a big fat pen on this one. Do we have a pen? Where's the pen? There's a pen. We're gonna go pen. We're gonna put in here postpone. That's right. Poo poo. So let's get cracking. Let's get rid of that, and let's go on the next one. Walsall. Let's go on the next one then, shall we? Walsall taking Let's go on with the next one then, shall we? Walsall taking across, and then Vegans, that's right, Forest Green Rovers take place over in Walsall, of course. Played the 5 times in 2019, 3 wins for Walsall, 0 wins for Forest Green, 2 draws, of course. The biggest win for Walsall over Forest Green was a 6-0 win, goodness gracious me. And last time I played, of course, at the best Scott was a 2-1 win for Walsall back in April 2020. Heading into this, of course, Walsall, back-to-back defeats for them, losing to Tranmere on opening day, losing to Doncaster in the Cup. So Forest Green, back-to-back wins for them, beating Sutton on opening day, beating Bristol City in the Cup, of course, and penalties as well, to go through to the next stage. Of course, both of those games were at home, mind you. Of course, this is the first away days, 90-10 for Walsall, 21-10 is your draw, 64 is your away win for the Vegans on this one. Going to go with the Vegans on this one, 2-1 win, of course, to get themselves moving in the right direction and maybe already start to get a little bit of a foothold in that top 6 race. Once again, next, of course, Leyton Orient up against Exeter, which one should be fiery. Of course, take place at Brisbane Road, take place 14 times in the past. 2 wins, just 2 wins for Leyton Orient, 7 wins for Exeter City, and 5 draws. The biggest win for Leyton Orient was a 3-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 4-0 win. Of course, last time I played at Brisbane Road was, in fact, a 1-1 draw back in October 2020. Of course, heading into this, Leyton Orient kicked off with a 1-1 draw against Salford, yet to get going in the Carabao Cup. As for Exeter, of course, a 0-0 draw against Bradford, followed that with a loss to Wickham. On penalties in the Carabao Cup. Look at the bookies odds on this one. 11-8 is your home win, 23-10 is your draw, 90-10 is your away win. Exeter City. I'm going to go with the boys at home. Kenny Jackett's boys 2-0 win to give themselves a big old boost at the start of the campaign. Next, of course, Newport County, of course, so far so good. I think up against Mansfield Town, also with a pretty fantastic start to the season as well. I'm trying to find them. There we go. Also taking place this coming Saturday. Clough in the dugout, that's Nigel Clough against Michael Flynn. Played the 25 times in 2010, 11 wins for Mansfield, 8 wins for Newport County, and 6 draws. The biggest win for Mansfield over Newport was a 5-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 5-3 win. Got in favour of Newport County. Last time I played at Mansfield was a 1-1 draw back in April 2021. Mansfield kicked off with a 2-1 win against Bristol Rovers. They did lose to Preston though in the Carabao Cup at home. As for Newport County, back-to-back wins, of course, beating Oldham and beating Ipswich in the Carabao Cup, yet to concede a goal. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Mansfield 2019 on for the vision of 25 short, 3-1 is your Newport County. I've actually gone with a Newport County win on this one. I have them playing at home. They might be actually playing away, so these two might flip around. I don't know why they did that, but when I pulled these fixtures, that's the way it was. But anyway, I believe Mansfield Town are the home side on this. Anyway, let's kick on forward then. It's Port Vale taking, of course, Tranmere. Then let's get into this one then, shall we? Of course, played each other 33 times in 1994, 11 wins for Port Vale, 17 wins for Tranmere, 5 draws. Of course, the big win for Port Vale over Tranmere was a 2-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-0 win. Last time I played each other, of course, at Port Vale was a 7-goal thriller going in favour of Tranmere, 4-3 in the end. That was back in November 2020 in League Two. Of course, heading into this Port Vale, back-to-back defeats for them, losing to Northampton, losing to Sunderland in the Carabao Cup. As for Tranmere, they did beat Walsall opening day, but of course they lost to Oldham in the Carabao Cup to crash out at the first stage. Of course, bookies odds 11-8 for Port Vale, 23-10 is your draw, 90-10 is your away win for Tranmere Rovers. That's where I've gone with the 2-0 win for Tranmere to make it to another win for them, back-to-back wins, and again another clean sheet to boot. Until we go to Rochdale against Scunthorpe United. Let's get into this one then, shall we? Of course, played each other 20 times in 2003, 6 wins for Rochdale, 8 wins for Scunthorpe, and 6 draws. The biggest win for Rochdale over Scunthorpe was a 3-1 win. The biggest win the other way was a 4-0 win. Last time they played each other, of course, according to my knowledge, at Rochdale, at Spotless, was a 3-1 win for Rochdale back in March 2019, of course, in League One. Last time, of course, opening campaign, Rochdale lost to Harrogate. Meanwhile, Scunthorpe have actually back-to-back losses, lost to Swindon, lost to Barrow in the Carabao Cup as well. Bookies odds on this one, we have 20-19 on for Rochdale. I favourites 12-5 is your draw, 3-1 is your long shots. Let's Scunthorpe on this. I've actually gone with a 1-1 draw on this one to give Rochdale a point, and maybe Scunthorpe also a bit of a Brucey bonus as well. Kicking off forward though, we have Sutton up against Salford, another one that's actually flipped around. It's actually Salford, the home team stuff. Sutton are the away team again. I don't know what they've done here and why it's been all jiggery pokeyed around. But anyway, let's get into it. Played the 2 times in 2018, 1 win apiece. Of course, the biggest win, or the only win for Salford over Sutton, was a 2-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 2-1 win. Last time I played at Salford was a 2-0 win for Salford back in 2019 in the National League. As for the start of the season, 1-1 draw for Salford over Leyton Orient, but they also lost to Derby County in penalties in the Carabao Cup after a thriller over there. As for Sutton United, of course, they lost opening day against Forest Green. They also lost to Carlisle in the Carabao Cup, 3-2, narrow defeat there. Bookies odds on this one, what do we have on this? 4-3 on is your Salford, who are the home team. 30-5 is your draw, 54 is your away win. That is Sutton United on this one. I've gone with a 2-2 draw. Probably I should realistically change that, knowing that game is now in Salford. I probably would go with a 2-0 win, but I'm going to let this roll. I'm going to let my own admin error be the nature of the beast on that one. So 2-0 win in the end. And then finally it is Swindon Town up against Carlisle. And let's have a look at this one then, shall we please? So they're 19 times 2006, 7 wins for Swindon, 5 wins for Carlisle, 7 draws, of course. The biggest win for either two sides was a 4-0 win. Last time I played, of course, in Swindon was a 3-2 win for Swindon back in August 2019. Of course, Swindon so far, okay, fantastic start in the league, 3-1 win over Scunthorpe. They lose to Cambridge though in the Carabao Cup. As for Carlisle, with an 0 draw against Colchester, they also crashed out the cup against Sheffield United. Of course, the bookies odds we have Swindon 90% for the victory, 20-10 is short, 75 is your Carlisle. Tough one, this one. Going to go with Swindon. Maybe I have to eat my prediction because I did anticipate them to have a lot of off the field drivers. Would have them going down, but I'm going to revisit all my picks, of course, once the transfer window is slammed shut. So 2-0 win for me for Swindon to give themselves a back-to-back wins, I think, on this one. Be sure to get your picks in right and early for this. Of course, match number 2, Cutley/League 2. There you go, boys and girls. There it is for all your leisure. Be sure to give the video some love, smash the thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out those links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Patreon as well. Until then, give the video some love. Also check out the Discord. It's wide open. Until then, we're done.